In the middle of summer 2006, the major medical center of northern Israel, Rambam Healthcare Campus, suddenly became a battlefield.
For 33 days, it was the major hospital in northern Israel that was in itself under attack, having to lead the treatment and therapy for all the casualties of the civilian population around us, and at the same time the casualties of the army that were actually brought to us from the fierce battles in Lebanon.
This was not something we took into account. The fact that the hospital itself could be vulnerable, that we were saving lives on the one hand, but at the same time were vulnerable to loss of life because of deadly missile attacks.
On Sunday it was a siren, and then a lot of injuries came over. And then we realized that it's for real, it's here, it's in Haifa, it's not far away, it could happen to us.
As we were admitting patients from various sources, during continuous sirens and shelling of the city and the cities around, at the same time helicopters were arriving from the northern border. So we were starting the day with helicopters coming in with severely wounded, continuing the day with taking care of patients who were coming in from the city itself, and finishing the day with patients being transferred from other hospitals to us because we are the main trauma center of the north.
We admitted a lot of elderly patients injured in the vicinity of our hospital. Some were newcomers from Russia that are living next to us, and this was very difficult. I mean, you treat a patient who is not speaking Hebrew, who came a few years ago to the country and was injured for the sake of the country.
Сказал, что мне делают протез, и я буду танцевать, и еще буду бегать, что меня муж еще не догонит.
למרות כל מה שעברת.
Нет, конечно, мы никуда не уедем.
למה את בוכה?
А почему вы сейчас плачете?
Я плачу, потому что мне помогли, что меня не оставили, понимаете?
We're in the operating room suite at Rambam Hospital. I want to show you something that has really not been seen before. Doctors who are actually operating under situations of conflict. While under attack themselves, they're responsible for saving others' lives.
My daughter asked me some days ago when she was crying when the sirens went on. She asked me why do I continue to go to work. I told her that it is accepted usually in the whole world that no one sends rockets to hospitals. But it seems it's not the case anymore.
Every time we had an alarm and there was a missile phone in Haifa, there was this time of about 30 seconds to call your family, know that everybody is okay before you rush to fulfill the next function. That means run to the emergency room, see the patients are getting the right treatment. You never worry about yourself. You don't have time to worry about yourself.
I was on call on a Saturday morning when helicopters began to come in, and I was called to be told that a helicopter had landed, bringing many wounded from the front in Lebanon. I went to see them, and the one that I remember the most and whom I followed was a young infantry soldier who received wounds to his face and eyes, and my main concern was, will he be able to see again? Following that, I went to the prayer service, and as part of the prayer service, one prays for the well-being, health, and recovery of anyone who's sick and injured. But his face and his picture stuck in my mind, and it personalized the prayer for me, and I can say, thank God, he is indeed recovering. 45 missiles at least fell around Rambam from every side. Thankfully, none actually hit. Some would say remarkably, others would say miraculously, but we know that we cannot depend on miracles all the time, and we have to prepare ourselves to make sure that there are areas of the hospital to which patients can be moved and staff can function under fortified conditions for the threats of the future.
The most important and urgent thing for us is to build a new trauma center, which will be also fortified and be proof against missile. This will include an emergency room, intensive care unit, and some underground facility for close to 100 patients. This is the top priority for us to be prepared for the next war that we all hope that will not happen.